An Nkisi is a chosen companion in whom all people find confidence. It is the name of the thing we use to help a man when he is sick, and from which we obtain health and preserve life. These are the words of the Congo preacher Nsemi Saki, spoken in 1910. In many regions of Africa, unseen beings and forces are recognized as active agents in the world of the living. Bringing forth their healing, protective, or judicial powers is accomplished through the work of extraordinary objects like the Congo Minkisi, or power figures from Central Africa. An Nkisi's power is activated by a ritual expert called an Nganga. Marking their eyes in preparation for healing, the Nganga sang, "All lines around the eyes of understanding. The moon they paint on, white it is with chalk. My friend, my moon, I mark." In European eyes, beliefs in the power of objects like the Minkisi, or fetishes as they call them, were deemed superstitious, primitive, and irrational. This attitude helped to justify their often violent civilizing missions, in which thousands of Minkisi were confiscated, burned, or taken back to Europe as souvenirs or trophies of conquest and conversion. As one Congo observer reported in 1899, the Catholic missionary sent a message to the Belgian colonial government saying, "The medicines the people use, which are a source of power to them, should be taken away." So now they have in Belgium a whole house full of our things, although they have no idea how to use them. Filling museums and curio shops of Brussels, Paris, London, and New York, these and other masks and figures from Africa were encountered by artists like Pablo Picasso, whose fascination with their abstract yet figural forms inspired his legendary turn towards Cubism. As artist André Derain recalled in 1906, "Picasso saw my Negro mask. As soon as he returned home, he copied it. The greatest creator of forms of this century is an imitator." As scholar Henry Louis Gates remarked in 1995, Picasso that day did not discover Africa. He discovered himself through the prism of African art. Modernism and primitivism are flip sides of the same coin. The face of modernism in Europe was a black face. Important in this modernist drama was the Cuban artist Wilfredo Lam. Born in 1902 and of mixed African, Chinese, and Spanish descent, Lam had intimate knowledge of the Orisha, a pantheon of African Yoruba spirits who, during the slave trade, journeyed across the Atlantic with their captive devotees. Though greatly influenced by Picasso and the avant-garde artists he joined in Europe, Lam grew troubled by their vision of Africa as primitive, mysterious, and without history. Inspired by the Negritude movement with its affirmation of blackness and critique of colonial rule, Lam sought an alternative vision, one that, in his own words, would spew forth hallucinating figures with the power to surprise and disturb the dreams of the exploiters. Returning to Cuba in 1941, Lam became famous for the fantastical imagery in which he combined animal, human, and plant forms to honor Afro-Cuban religious traditions and the spirits that animate them. Spanning both centuries and continents, the journeys of the Yoruba Orisha and Congolese Minkisi continue to inspire artists today. While Shango gazes across the Middle Passage in Radcliffe Bailey's Storm at Sea, Willie Cole's lawn jockey bristles like an Nkisi, transforming an American relic of slavery and submission into one of formidable power. And with Nganga Nkisi, Jose Bedia honors Palo Monte, an Afro-Cuban religion that emerged from the healing practices of Congolese slaves.